Your crush has been looking extra cute lately, huh? I think it's time to learn how to start a conversation with that cutie pie so you can put yourself out there and see if you get lucky. Not that kind of lucky, but lucky enough to start building something a little stronger than a friendship with them. Here's how to start a conversation with your crush in 10 ways. A lot of these ways can be used in person, online, and through text, so they're pretty versatile. Let's hear them out. Number 1, tell them you're surprised to see them. This could work in the past tense or present, so if you saw them earlier that day and didn't get a chance to talk to them, you could send them a text saying you were surprised to see them earlier. Or if you're in the same room, go right up to them and say, "Hey, I didn't expect to see you here." Of course, if both of you go to the same workout class every Tuesday at 8 p.m., this conversation starter won't make any sense there. Be sure you use this conversation starter at a place where you usually don't see them. Afterward, ask if they frequent that place or what they're up to in the area. Number 2, comment on your surroundings. If you're in person, this is a good time to use your surroundings as a way of conversation. If something strange or crazy is going on in the background, this is ideal to comment on. Otherwise, you could still talk about the mundane things around you. For example, if there's a big construction project happening in the background, you could wonder aloud what they're building or how long it will take. If someone walks by with their puppy, you could gush about its cuteness and turn that into a conversation about pets. There are a million ways to use this conversation starter and adapt it to where you are. You can also comment on what your crush is doing, wearing, or anything else in your line of view. Once, a guy who liked me started a conversation by asking about a cross necklace I was wearing. He used it to inquire about my beliefs and start a conversation, and it actually works pretty well. Number 3, ask about something in common. If you guys share an interest, a class, a hobby, or even a friend, now is a good time to bring that up. A great example is if you're both friends with Bob. Go up to your crush and simply say, "Hey, how long have you known Bob?" and talk about your shared connection. If they're wearing a Lakers shirt and you love basketball, there's your in. There's always something that you can try to find and connect with. And again, as another resort, talking about why you're both in the same place at the same time is a great place to start. Number 4, tell them you could use a distraction. This can work for any situation, but it's especially great online. Send your crush a message and tell them you could really use a distraction because you are so bored, have been so busy, or just could use a break. Most people will be kind and jump at the chance to chit-chat and help you out. And you can go in any direction of conversation after this. So long as your crush is receptive to helping you out, you have a good conversation starter. And if they aren't, they're lame to begin with. Number 5, drop something. If you are together in person, you could use this time to drop something on the floor and get them to help you out. They've got to be physically close enough to help you, so try not to be more than 5 to 10 feet away from them. You can drop the contents of your bag, some papers, or any group of things. Just make sure it's multiple things. Dropping just one pencil isn't going to push others to help, since you can pick it up yourself in 2 seconds. Drop a bunch of stuff, though, and your crush will lend you a hand if they're a decent human being. After you give them a "thank you," you can introduce yourself, ask if you know each other, or use another topic on this list to keep the conversation going. Number 6, jog their memory. If you've had some sort of interaction or experience with your crush before, whether it's as a friend or as an acquaintance, jog their memory about it. Be sure to think of where you want the conversation to go. Once, I was at the same party as this guy Brian, but we didn't get a chance to talk much. At the party, though, everyone remembers how one kid, Johnny, tripped over a chair and sent an entire table of food and drinks flying. It was a mess. A few months later, I ran into Brian and didn't have much to say, but then he brought up Johnny's clumsy moment from that party months before. It got us laughing, and then the conversation started flowing much more naturally. Number 7, send a meme, emoji, or funny video. I love getting a good meme or funny video. It's a great pick-me-up during any day, and it's usually pretty well received. If you aren't sure about your crush's sense of humor, try to stick to the trendiest memes and videos. You can add a message to it saying that you got a good laugh out of it and hope that your crush does too. As for emojis, this is for the braver souls out there. If you're feeling confident, send your crush the heart eyes, regular eyes, or super smiley emoji to pique their curiosity. Number 8, invite them to a group hangout. Another great way to break the ice with your crush is by casually inviting them to a group hangout. This works best when you have friends in common or are in the same place as you're making plans with other people. The key is to keep it casual. Saying, "Hey, a bunch of us are going to so-and-so. Do you want to join? It'll be fun," is just enough. Don't be offended if they say no. Lots of people don't like tagging along to last-minute plans. But simply offering the invitation is already getting your foot in the door to future conversations with them. Number 9, tell them you thought of them recently. If you both know each other from school, work, or some other atmosphere, you could bring up that they came to mind. This could be a true story or made up. Just keep it between us. I used to go to a gym at the same time every weekday. You get to know the regulars, and even though we weren't friends, sometimes we would say good morning to each other and things like that. There was one gym bro who was so cute, so I used a little white lie in this category to start a conversation. One day I said, "Hey, do you have a cousin or family member named Joe?" Of course he said no, after which I said, "That's crazy. I met a guy named Joe this past weekend who looked exactly like you." This baloney story showed that I thought of gym bro outside of the gym, which led to us being friends. Number 10, make a random bet. Placing a random bet with your crush is a great way to start a flirty conversation. If you share a class, bet them that your teacher is going to do or say something specific that day. If you're standing outside, bet them that the next car that passes will be black or white. You can make a bet out of anything, but the funnier it is, the better the conversation. Talking to your crush may sound intimidating, but it can be just as breezy as speaking to a friend, if you do it right. While they may be special in your eyes, your crush is really just another person out there, trying their best to get by. And they're probably going to be kind and receptive no matter what you say to them. Plus, if they aren't, they can go kick rocks, because I think your conversation is great. If you enjoyed this video today, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content. As always, thanks for watching.